Hello, Ligia. Good morning.
Hi, teacher. Good morning. How are you?
I'm pretty good. Thank you for asking. How are you? Let's wait a few seconds, a few minutes for the missing ones, and we will start in a few minutes, guys. Okay, girls, let's begin. Thank you for coming back. I'm very glad to have you today. This is our last encounter for the last 6 sessions you were supposed to participate for tax 3. Um, I'm checking the attendance and Well, we will begin. We will begin now. We have Ligia. Nora Milena is absent. Just 1 second, a few seconds. John is having issues to join the meeting. He can find the link. Good morning, John. Welcome.
Good morning. Thank you.
Morning. Ronaldo is also missing. Just a few seconds, guys, while I contact him. Okay, guys, thank you for waiting. Let's begin now. As I said, thank you very much for making the last effort to participate in our last session. Um, let's begin now. Well, we will start by asking you how was your weekend, guys? How is your week going? Let's begin with Adriana. How is your week going, Adriana? Adriana, can you hear me?
Hello, teacher. Good morning. ¿Me escuchan?
Yes, I can hear you.
Mm, de pronto se escucha mucho ruido, es que está lloviendo muy fuerte, qué pena.
No, we cannot hear the noise. It's okay. We
Ah,
can hear you clearly.
okay. Um, my week was good. I went to school for for my practices, and I'm doing a social action. And this is all.
You are doing what? Sorry, I didn't understand.
¿Cómo, profe?
I'm sorry, what?
No, no entiendo. I don't understand.
Yo tampoco te entendí, Adriana, lo que
Uh,
dijiste. Could you please repeat?
um, in my week was good. I went to school um, for my practices, and I'm doing a social action.
Ah, okay. Okay, thank you. So you've been working this week. Okay, okay, Adriana. John, what about you? John?
Okay, hello, good morning. Good morning, teacher. Jasmine and Jasmine as well. My week was good. It was wider than the last one. I was finishing my practice process. 2 hours are missing to finish all my practice. Thanks God. Yeah,
Okay.
it was good today. Today I did some advances of my homeworks, my collaborative homeworks, and yeah, yeah, it was good in general.
Okay, guys, you've been really productive. You've been working a lot. Nice, nice, good. You're about to finish task 3, guys. We are almost done. Well, Ligia left. She's seems to be having connectivity issues. So let's begin. Today's session is for the preparation of a debate session that you will be having next for the next task, task 4. Basically, you need to prepare, and you need to subscribe to one of the sessions offered in the subscription file that the director will send you. I think she already sent that file because some students have already subscribed. Um, so there are some topics of interest. The idea is that you can pick the one you prefer, you feel more comfortable with, and that you can as well pick the schedule that best suits in your case. Um, it's similar to these encounters that that you had to subscribe to. It's similar. There will be a new Excel file with new schedules, and you need to put your name there. Also, remember that you have two positions, to be in favor of the topic or to be against. So wait a second, guys. Just 1 second. Okay, so that's what I was telling you. You need to prepare, and that's why we are here today, to prepare. Today, the idea for today is that you can have a debate session, a mock debate session, just for preparation, so you can understand the flow of the session, the structure of the debate, and so on. So let's begin by I'm gonna share my screen, one of my tabs, to show you the PDF that you were sent by the director. Just a second, and there you are. My goodness. Okay. Okay, so we have this, the definition of a debate. Remember, a debate, what is debating? A debate is basically a discussion where you can see what, Adriana, what is a debate? Adriana.
Teacher is um, debating is basically when two people talk and share their ideas.
Exactly, as simple as that. Yes, yes. John, what is debating?
Okay, debating is a discussion, could be, as Adriana says, of two people or more people discussing about a specific topic where a group of people should be against it, and the other group a favor of the topic.
Okay, basically it's like that when you have to defend of your point of view by giving arguments. So wait a second, just one moment. Basically, a debate is that you need to present your argument, you need to defend your point of view. What else? There is like an etiquette that you need to take into account for a debate, and we will check that in a moment. So that is the first part. Debate structure. Okay, a topic is chosen for the debate. There are two teams where two people will be, sorry, where, well, the two teams will have two participants, one's in favor and the other one's in 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 like against the topic. That's for the first part. When we talk about arguments, we have this. We have a claim, an evidence, and impact. So your argument needs to be strong. Needs to be strong. So claim. You need to present your argument clear. If it's in favor or if it's against, you need to give the reason. Evidence. You need to support it with references, quotations, or statistical data, if possible, to make it strong. And impact. You need to tell what is the significance of that evidence. So that's for the first part. Then we will continue with the next phase, which is the rebuttal. For the rebuttal phase, after presenting your arguments, for the rebuttal phase, you need to start refuting what your opponent said. So you will discuss respectfully with your opponent, saying what you don't agree, saying why you don't agree, and you can refute with a question or just by explaining why you are not in favor of what he said. Basically, the rebuttal phase needs to have one question. I mean, you need to ask your opponent one question to make it more controversial. And then the rest of the PDF has just recommendations for a debate. So important skills like you need to have your points be relevant. Evidence, like I said, you need to present evidence, not your personal opinion. Well, we're not gonna check this in detail. Let's go with these additional recommendations. The voice must be clear. Do not speak slow. Do not speak low. Speak with confidence. You need to speak strong. Okay? Showing confidence. You need to use your gesture, your hands, move your eyes. Do not focus on a specific place. Do not watch a specific place. No, don't look at a specific place. You need to pretend you're looking at the audience and pretend you're moving around. Filler words, be careful. Don't say, no, don't say it. You need to show like as if you were an expert in the topic. Okay, then the gestures that like I said, eye contact with the audience. Basically like that, you cannot say you're wrong, your idea is mistaken instead. Don't say never, don't say always. Refer to your other team as my opponent. Okay. And basically it's like that. You need to show respect. There are other rules that we will check in a moment. Other important rules we will review. Well, in here you can find some expressions that you were supposed to have studied before this session. The idea is that you can use them in your debate. Two topics, motion 1, motion 2. You were supposed to pick one for this session because we will do a simulation, okay? So before we do the homework, let me show you a presentation. Just a minute. Second. Guys, can you see my screen? Yes.
Yes.
Thank you for confirming. I will send the same presentations link here in the chat for your review. I just sent the presentation in the chat. So the idea of this presentation is basically to show you this the same you have in the PDF. Let's begin with the structure, but please give me a few 2 minutes, guys. Just 1 second, a few seconds. In the meantime, you can check the presentation. Thank you for waiting, guys. So we have the first slide, which is the structure of the debate session. Adriana, please help me read it.
Como profe, qué pena, no lo escucho.
Por favor, ayúdame a leer la diapositiva.
Ok. Moderator, the moderator, Ángel Mateos, introduces the debate, explains the rules, presents the motion, and ensures that the order and time of participation are followed respectfully.
Thank you. Okay, so remember, I introduce the debate, I introduce the topic, I tell you the rules, I present the team members, and I ensure that the order and participate and the time of participation is followed strictly. We have 3 phases for the debate. John, please help me with the reading.
Sure. Okay, debate section. Opening section, introduction of the motion and themes. Debate session, presentation of arguments and review tools, I guess. Closing section, summary of conclusion drawn. from the debate.
Thank you. So those are the phases. First phase, the opening session. So the moderator introduces the topic, the members. Second phase, we present the arguments. The participants present the arguments. Then in that same phase, you are going to present the rebuttals. The refutations is when you are going to make one question to your opponent answer, and then your opponent make one question to you, and you answer. So that is the rebuttal part. And the final part, the final phase, is the conclusion session. Everyone will give a summary, a short conclusion about the debate. It doesn't, for this part, it doesn't matter if you would show if you are in favor or not. It's okay. You just need to give a general conclusion. I mean, you don't have to defend once again your point of view. No, it's not mandatory. Actually, it's not correct. You just need to give other conclusion in general. In addition to the arguments, it doesn't have to do anything with the arguments. Okay. Then we have the next slide. Let me read this, John, please.
Okay, reminder of the order of participation for the opening arguments. The debate starts with the pro team, followed by the con team, taking turns one by one. First, the first pro speaker begins and talks for 3 minutes. 2, the first con speaker responds for 3 minutes. 3, the second pro speaker talk for 2 minutes. The second, 4, the second con speaker responds for 2 minutes. 5, the third pro speaker talks for 2 minutes. And finally, number 6, the third con speaker responds for 2 minutes. Each participant presents their main arguments that supports their team's position, pro in favor or con against.
Sorry, I was speaking with my microphone off. Thank you. So like that. Be careful, guys. Be careful with the order, the flow of the participation during the session. In that slide, you have 6 points, no? 6 bullet points. Remember that in that case, it's explaining the flow of participation, but supposing that we have 6 members, 6 participants. In this case, we only have 2, Adriana and John. So the flow is going to be different because you will be as the representative or representants of each team. Let's pretend John picks to be or chooses to be in favor of the topic and Adriana chooses to be against the topic. So you are going to act as if you were the representants, the leaders of the team, of the corresponding team. Entonces, lo vamos a mencionar first speaker. First speaker es el representante, el líder, el que va a empezar, el que va a abrir el debate. All right. Second speaker, second participant is not the leader. It's just a member of the team. Okay. So, remember, supongamos, en este caso, supongamos que tenemos a, además de ustedes, vamos a suponer que tenemos a Ligia y a, espera para ver acá los participantes. A Ligia y a Vanessa. One example. Ligia está con John. En Vanessa está con Adriana. John está a favor y el equipo de Adriana está en contra. Entonces, Ligia es del equipo de John. Vanessa es del equipo de Adriana. Entonces, ¿cómo hace el orden? First speaker, John. se menciona como pro team, the team that is in favor of the topic. ¿Listo? And the first speaker on the con team, the team that is against the topic is Adriana. Adriana sería el first speaker, the leader. Then, after John presents his argument, the first speaker, John, then we'll continue with the first speaker, Adriana. Your argument, listo. Comienzan y abren el debate, cada uno con su argumento. Listo. Opening argument. Then we continue with the second speaker. Entonces, John, en tu caso, supongamos Ligia. So, Ligia is the second speaker. Ella va a tener 2 minutos, no va a tener 3 minutos, va a tener 2. ¿Okay? Los líderes van a tener 3 minutos para el opening argument. Los siguientes participantes solo van a tener 2. Okay. Entonces, una vez más, recapitulemos. John is the first speaker and Adriana is the first speaker. John is in favor of the topic. Adriana is against the topic. John, you start with the argument, okay? And then, Adriana, you continue. You start with your argument as well. Then we continue with the second speaker, Ligia, 2 minutes. And then we continue with the next speaker, the second speaker on the con team, Jasmine's team. And then Vanessa continues for 2 minutes. Y así sucesivamente. Este va a ser el orden. Any questions, guys? Is that clear?
For me, is it clear?
And Adriana, is it clear?
Yes, teacher, but o sea, solamente estamos los dos.
Exacto. Exacto. O sea, en este caso, el debate va a ser mucho más rápido porque va a ser entre solo ustedes dos.
Ok.
Recuerden, el debate ahorita es de simulacro, no es oficial. El oficial es en la tarea 4. Just one second. All right, guys. Now, with that said, let's continue. Wait a second. Let's continue with the next slide. Here you have rules. Please help me with number 1 and 2, Adriana.
Sorry, teacher, I can't hear you.
Por favor, ayúdame con la regla 1 y 2 de la presentación.
Okay. Number 1, opening arguments. The first speaker from each team must speak for 3 minutes during the opening arguments. All subsequent speakers on each team must speak for 2 minutes each. And number 2, and rebuttals after opening arguments, each participant must ask and answer 2 questions with the opposing team. This fast allows for refutation, clarification, and challenge of ideas. The moderator ensures fairness and timekeeping.
Thank you very much. So, like I said, basically that's exactly what I said, guys. Remember the first speaker speaks for 3 minutes during the opening arguments, and then the next speakers. The first speaker on each team from each team must speak for 3 minutes, and then the next speakers on each team must speak for 2 minutes. The second rule is the questions and answers and rebuttals. QA is questions and answers. Questions and answers. So for the rebuttal phase, you are supposed to be like to discuss against the opinion that your opponent is giving. So you will, let's say, fight with him, but in a respectful way. And there it says that you must ask two questions. You will make two questions because you are only two. But for example, let's pretend that the group that you subscribed for is made up of let's pretend 6 members. So in that case, you're not going to ask two questions for each for one opponent of the opposing team. You're going to ask just one question. In this case, as the group is made up of only two members, so you will ask two questions each other. Okay. And that is the phase for refutation, clarification, and challenges of ideas. I am going, as the moderator, I'm going to ensure that you follow the time. I mean, you have 3 minutes. If you exceed the 3 minutes when speaking, I'm going to interrupt you respectfully, and I will say thank you. We can continue with the next speaker. The idea is to follow the timer. I will show you a timer. Every moderator is going to show a timer. And then we have rule number 3. Please help me read. Let me read it. Orderliness and etiquette. Not interrupting other speakers, respecting the allocated time, and avoiding the use of inappropriate language. Like I was saying, you need to respect the timer. Be careful of the type with the timer. Introducing the team. For example, yesterday I had Jessica Lorena Vargas, Liz Carla Palomino. They were on the pro team, and we have Lady Caterina Bonilla and Daisy Esther. They were in the con team. At the end, remember that you will close the session with a short summary. For this part, you will have only 1 minute to give your conclusion. Remember, in the conclusion, it's not necessary to continue discussing the topic. You just give a general conclusion of what you thought about the session. Okay. And I will give you the feedback, a brief feedback after your participation, and we'll close the session. Remember that for this case, I'm going to also correct, for example, any issues you had in aspects like pronunciation, grammar, fluency, if you read, if you didn't read. Uh, so that is the idea. Okay, guys. Can I move on, guys, or do you have any questions?
Yes, teacher. What is the topic about um,
The topic
debate?
exactly, debate. Okay, good question. For today, the topic is going to be one of the two provided at the end of the PDF. I'm gonna share the PDF again. 1 second, guys. Here you are. Can you see it? Can't you? Motion 1, motion 2. Take some time and let me know which topic do you prefer so we can start preparing for the debate, for the simulation of the debate. ¿Cuál tema, chicos? ¿Cuál tema prefieren?
Wait a minute,
Sure.
please. the motion too. I don't know.
Do you agree, John? Motion 2?
Yeah, I agree.
Motion 2, okay. Most students have selected that topic. Among all groups that I've had so far, that has been the topic. Just one group picked the other one. It looks like that's the favorite one for everybody. Okay, with that said, guys, remember the instructions. This is what we're gonna do. Pregunta, ¿ustedes de casualidad se prepararon? I mean, ¿prepararon su opening argument? ¿Quién va a estar a favor? ¿Quién va a estar en contra? ¿Qué pregunta le van a hacer al del equipo opuesto? ¿A quién le van a hacer la pregunta? ¿Cuál es la conclusión que van a dar? ¿Sí prepararon eso o necesitan tiempo para prepararlo?
No, profe, no hemos preparado. Pues de mi parte no.
Ok, yo les voy a dar el tiempo. Denme un momento, porfa. Es que está que se me descarga la laptop. Ok. I will create a room and will send you there. The idea is that you can have some time off there in privacy and you can prepare. Yo no voy a estar allí, ustedes van a estar ahí solitos y cualquier cosa pues me van escribiendo o regresan a este room. Just one moment, guys. Entonces, I'm gonna give you how many minutes? Bueno,
Well,
tómense el tiempo que necesiten, pero tampoco vayan a exagerar. Em, Cualquier
teacher,
cosa, tell
I
me,
have
please.
something. Lo que pasa es que ahorita a las 8 tengo una clase, aunque pues no me han confirmado si tengo la clase ahorita a las 8. Entonces, no sé.
Entonces toca improvisar.
Sí, yo creería que
Listo,
a la
listo,
sección
toca improvisar. Entonces, just one second, let me remove the room.
de pronto 2 minuticos como para buscar algo así rápido y hacer,
Dale, pero entonces no voy a crear el room porque quita tiempo. Acá mismo, listo. Me voy a mutear y entre ustedes se van preparando, listo.
claro que sí.
Ok, ok.
Compañero, ¿usted haría el pro o el contra?
Yo podría ser el pro.
Listo.
Ok,
Listo, empezamos.
All right, guys, let's begin then. You ready, right, John?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our debate session. Guys, before we begin, sorry, could you please help me turning on your cameras? Adriana, could you please help me turn on your camera?
¿Cómo, profe?
Could you please help me turn on your camera? Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our debate session. My name is Angel Mateus, and I'll be moderating today's discussion. Let me begin by making sure everyone can hear me. Okay, so you can hear me. Today's motion is the possession of cannabis for medicinal use should be legalized. Before we start, let me confirm that our teams are protein. On the protein, we have Mr. Orrego, John Alexander. And on the content, we have Miss Vallejo, Jasmine Adriana. Okay, let's begin. We'll now start with the opening argument. Each participant will present the main argument according to the established order of participation. Let's begin with the first speaker on the protein, John. John, allow me a few seconds. I'm setting the timer. Remember that you have only 3 minutes for the opening argument, okay? Just 1 second. I'm sharing the timer right now. You may start now.
Okay. Good morning. So in this part, I'm going to expose you the um, the arguments favor to the use of cannabis in medical benefits. So the cannabis has potential benefits to the health. So it can benefits for certain conditions like chronic pain, and included nausea and multiple sclerosis. So there's a lot of or several benefits of the use of cannabis. So the cannabis should be legalized because it has several benefits in the health. Um, in the independent of the other uses that a lot of people use that they this is a good natural medicine to implement in the health because is demonstrated by ancestral people that is mm, so it's so good product to a natural product to to a cure I think so. People. So that is my argument.
Thank you very much, participant. Now let's continue with the first speaker on the content, Jasmine Adriana. Remember, you have also 3 minutes for the participation. You can start now.
Mm, can you hear me,
Yes, we can hear you.
teacher? Yes. Okay. And my bueno, mi turno es del contra. Eh, Although many urge that cannabis has therapeutic benefits, its legalization for medicinal use could create more problems than solutions. First, um, there are still conflicting studies on its long-term efficacy and safety, so its use could pose a health risk. Um, fur- Furthermore, legalization could facilitate access to cannabis for for recreational purposes, um, if, especially among young people, in creation cases of addiction and affecting mental health. And finally, monitoring and regulation its cultivation and distribution will be difficult to oversee, um, which could foster the illegal market.
Thank you. Thank you for the participation. Now, with that said, let's continue with the rebuttal phase. Remember that during this stage, each member will have the opportunity to respond to the arguments presented by the other side. We can now begin with the pro team, John Alexander, sorry. Remember that you only have 2 minutes for the sorry, yes, 2 minutes for this part. 1 minute. You can start now.
Oh, sorry. I don't prepare anything for that. I think that's the principal argument.
I'm sorry, I cannot hear you clearly.
But I thought that it was just the principal argument about the topic. So I didn't or I didn't hear anything about the.
Sorry, Jasmine, puedes por favor silenciar. Can you please silence the microphone? I cannot hear John.
Uh, Sorry.
No worries. John, for this part, you need to present a refutation and you can ask one question for Adriana.
Yeah, yeah, teacher, I'm so sorry because I can't or I yeah I can't listen to her because as I told you I I was starting a class in this moment, but in in this moment there is nobody in the room, so I didn't pay attention to the argument of the partner. I'm so sorry because I thought it was just the principal argument.
O sea, solo
Okay.
para aclarar, no vas a terminar el debate.
Yeah, yeah, sí, porque, o sea, en este momento pues me enfoqué más como como te dije, tenía una clase ahorita a las 8. De hecho aquí pues estaba conectándome, pero pues no hay nadie, entonces por eso no pude prestar como atención a lo que dijo la compañera y pues para poder refutar.
Bueno, chicos, entonces en este caso el debate queda incompleto. Let me finish today's session. Just one second. Uh, well, with that said, taking into account that John has a pending class to complete today, we will finish today's session. Remember, guys, to study the material so that for the official debate session you don't present these kinds of inconvenience, as this will affect your score. Okay, for task 4, try to prepare in advance to avoid these kind of situations. Let's finish then. Thank you very much, guys, for attending to the sessions. Wish you the best for the rest of the semester. Okay, thank you, it was my pleasure.
Okay,
Take care,
thank
everybody.
Thank you, teacher.
You are very welcome.